A brick floor is both beautiful and durable. We're going to treat this floor with linseed oil and oil wax to attain a beautiful finish that is easy to maintain. Before you start, make sure that you have everything you need. Boiled linseed oil for the basic treatment. Oil wax for the surface finish. An empty jar with a lid. A suitable brush or roller. A shoe brush. A cloth for wiping the floor and your hands. Soap for washing your hands and the brush. The estimated amount of boiled linseed oil per application on an untreated floor is 4 to 8 square meters per litre. The estimated amount of oil wax per application is 25 to 35 square meters per litre. The drying time for linseed oil is 1 to 2 days, depending on the ambient temperature and ventilation. The drying time for oil wax is 1 to 2 days. Once the oil wax is dry, you can begin polishing the surface. The optimal temperature for application is 15 to 25 degrees Celsius. Make sure that the room in which you are applying the oil wax on the floor is well ventilated, not least for drying purposes. Start by sweeping off all the dirt and pieces of loose mortar. Pour the linseed oil into the jar so that it's easy to use. Dip in the brush, making sure you get plenty of oil on it. The bricks will absorb a lot of oil during the first application. Use a large oval brush capable of holding a lot of oil and work it in using a circular motion so that the oil gets into all the joints and crevices. Check to see that an even layer of oil has been applied over the entire floor and make any further adjustments using long strokes of the brush. If it's a large area that you're treating, you can use a roller to make the work easier. Once the floor is dry in about a day, it's time for the next application. Apply the linseed oil in the same way, making sure that it gets into all the crevices. After about an hour, wipe away all the excess oil as the floor is now saturated. Allow at least 24 hours for it to dry before the next application. In order to obtain a beautiful satin matte finish that is easy to maintain, a layer of oil wax is now applied. Place a little of the wax on a clean lid to make it easy to apply on the brush. Now use a round pig bristle brush with fairly soft bristles to spread the wax out evenly. It is important to apply the layer of wax very thinly. Wipe off the excess wax. After about a day, you can polish the floor using a shoe brush or polisher to achieve a good finish. Now you have a beautiful brick floor that is both durable and easy to maintain. After a few years, any partial wear can easily be remedied with a new application of oil wax. To avoid spontaneous combustion, soak all the cloths that have been in contact with the oil or wax and seal them in a waste disposal bag. Wash the brushes used with the oil wax firstly in turpentine. Then wash them and your hands with soap and water. It's worthwhile to look after your brushes, as a good brush is an expensive item. A used, well looked after brush is also better to work with than one that is brand new. If you're planning to treat any other stone surface in a few days' time, then the brushes do not need to be washed but simply placed in raw linseed oil to prevent them from drying out. This treatment is not only intended for a brick floor. It can be used on other stone surfaces such as windowsills and marble shelving to create a beautiful finish that is both water repellent and easy to maintain.